Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Monday, April 17th, 2023. As always, as we proceed, do keep in mind it is general for the day for all 12 signs, but we're going to use 3 different decks to get this reading going. One small oracle and 2 different tarot decks. I want to begin by pulling an overall energy from the Good Tarot. Okay, coming out the Four of Water. Okay, the Four of Water. We won't speak upon it just yet, but I do feel like there's thoughts of where, I guess we are, there's thoughts of where your control lies. Spirit saying your world is more in your control than it feels at times, and it's a day that reminds you of just that, okay? But I do feel like there needs to be a regrounding of oneself at certain points throughout this specific Monday, whether it's certain outside factors or even your own thoughts, your own habits, or one in particular taking you away from, removing you at least partially, if not fully, from that grounded way of being. But I feel like your connection to music as well is taking a highlight as we look at the Eight of Earth, okay? And they're also saying it's another kind of day where it reminds you what you water, what you put your efforts towards will prosper, will grow, will do well for you, okay? But let's pull a small oracle from the When My Soul Whispered deck. What else do we have? Okay. We've got 2, kindness and love. Interesting. So I feel like there's a focus on, okay, what you need to accept at the bottom of the deck. Bear with me, I'm a little bit shaky. I feel like that's part of that lacking grounded sort of coming back to that grounded way of being message. I do feel like a lot drawn to the reading. Energy will be affecting you throughout this day. I know we talk about that a lot on this channel, but it's coming up for a reason. But it's a day where kindness and love is taking a highlight for more than one reason. Your kind, caring nature taking a highlight in the eyes, the awareness of others, people accepting that you're going places, okay? But Spirit's saying this is a kind of day where you are feeling bold and a bit courageous, but a little bit nervous all the meanwhile. All right. But I do feel like as well, some of which are thinking about how a connection is blossoming. You might find that this is more so about something you've been putting your efforts towards, say a business, a project, a hobby, a job, and you're seeing yourself blossom through that while it in and of itself is blossoming and growing for you. I'm hearing cold in nature. Cold in nature, a very interesting message to come from the polar bear on the kindness card, okay? And I feel like that's talking about representing somebody else potentially within your they're saying aura field, okay, your energy. It could be who's making you a bit nervous, but I feel like Spirit's reminding you at a certain point, potentially through an intuitive hit they give you, okay, that something's coming in for you that you've been wanting, wishing for, hoping for, longing for. It could be a new job, it could be more money, it could be a perfect connection, more friends for some. And Spirit's saying it's okay if some of which, not just one of what was just mentioned, is what you've been longing for or just desire or even need, but one thing at a time, okay? One thing at a time. What else do we have to continue from the Light Seers deck for Monday? I'm hearing your fire sign placements will take a highlight, however that works for you. But the Fool card coming out, because I do feel like there's a need to just kind of fall back into the way the day is meant to unravel, not to force it, okay? Not to get so caught up in preconceived expectations as to when things will get done or something in particular, when you will end up seeing something come to be for you. And they're saying as well that goes for when your manifestations, or one in particular, or just those wishes, if you will, seeing those come to be, okay? So it's a day where on a smaller level, when it comes to how the day unravels, how things get done, when they get done, right? Who you end up connecting with and when and how, that reminds you on a larger scale when it comes to what you wish to see come to be, right? Or even need more so for some, to have patience, to accept that going with the flow is your best route or your best strategy at this time, okay? I do feel like, given we have been talking about at certain points in the reading, regrounding yourself and getting back to that stable way of feeling and being, things like meditation, if you look at that imagery in her hand, crystals, essential oils, cleansing your energy, all of which will be quite beneficial, even if you so choose to just select one that works for you best. But some I feel like there may be multiple pushes to utilize more than one of which. I feel like it's a day where the dots are connecting. Another mandala sort of imagery if you look at the water, and then this love card once again. It feels like you're being pushed to recognize how your experiences up until this point, even throughout this day in particular, are sort of overlapping, intertwining to an extent to create a bigger picture of how your life is meant to look, how things are meant to be overall. Interesting. But underneath it all, I do feel like there's a focus on, okay, connecting to others, others connecting to you, whether it's more one-on-one in a group setting or it could be a community sort of setting. But people honoring your name or just acknowledging you, tuning in. I feel like you're being noticed once again for your love and kindness, and acceptance of other people for who they are, okay? And an acceptance of your destiny or your purpose, or putting your talent to use to help others. Beautiful. I obviously know how that's going to come through for me, but it's going to look different for everybody. The Seven of Pentacles, naturally, the Six of Swords, Four of Pentacles, okay, and the Eight of Wands. I do feel as if you're being pushed to, again, remember what you decide to put energy in your resources towards. At times, consistency or just sporadic, healthy amounts of energy. Sorry about the dog in the background. But they're saying there's thoughts of animals or occurrences. But I do feel like, once again, you're being reminded what you take care of, what you water, what you honor in that sense. It grows, okay? It prospers in your favor. And again, it could be helping other people all the meanwhile. But the Six of Swords, because I do feel like some of what you're thinking about, one if not multiple past career situations you left behind where you could have done well there, but was it really worth it in the end to cope with, to have to deal with, put up with certain negatives, certain people or factors about how that situation was run, or how much stress it put on your plate overall, okay? And I'm also hearing the word messy, but Spirit's also saying it's a kind of day where it reminds me of the Taurus reading I did yesterday, not to settle for less than what you deserve or what you intuitively feel will not be right for you in the long run or enough. Okay, I'm hearing the word lucrative, but I do feel like it's a day where you're being pushed to recognize your savings is going to take a rapid increase moving forward at a certain point, but to have patience up until that point, okay, to accept that everything's happening in divine timing, in divine order once again. But I do feel like, again, through communication from spirit, from your intuition, potentially from other people, I want to say for some, one if not multiple important tarot readers on YouTube, or that you're connected to in person, or energetically, I do feel as if this communication will remind you of the abundance lying ahead and where your control actually lies, and therefore accepting that this is where I should be putting my efforts, my resources, my focus towards, okay? And if need be, realigning your focus to not feel annoyed, stressed, okay? By trying to wrap your hands around or even just mull over what you can't really do much or at all about, okay? It may not even be you trying to just, actually adjust certain factors outside of you, but it might be you just kind of thinking about it too much or at certain points, and it's like, that's not even worth it, okay? If it's productively in regards to potentially having to delay something or move around it or overcome it, so be it. But if it's about sort of it just potentially ending up annoying you, bear with me, the dog is making me nervous, then we need you to just realign your focus, okay? They're saying control your thoughts. But I feel like the number 3 coming into play, spirituality, okay? Again, gaining attention. I do feel like it's this vibe about the day where it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, step by step, day by day, I'm going to get things done, okay? Or moment by moment throughout this day, I'll just see things come to be. They're also saying the magical number 4, okay? Talking about protection, but I feel like there's more to it than that. But all the meanwhile, I feel like it may be a day where it's hard to get out of your head, out of your mind, but this also talking about how there's a peaceful but passionate fresh start beginning for you on the horizon. This might be something in regards to a continuing situation for you, but for a lot it's brand new. And this is taking a highlight for one, if not multiple reasons. And I feel like you'll be seeing how that looks for you, at least somewhat, a bit more clearly by the end of this specific day. All right. It does feel like a bit of a busy day, at least within, even if it's not outside of you, but a day where, again, your love and kindness that you extend to others and even to yourself is being highlighted and appreciated. Okay. To keep accepting and embracing and initiating change, but not to adjust that loving and kindness side of you. It feels like a day where Spirit's saying things are about to improve greatly. So just take a deep breath, recognize you're in control more so than it feels at times once again, and just absorb the communication on a multitude of levels. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Monday, and I'll see you next time.